Breaking. Bank of Canada has no clue what's coming. Uh-oh. That doesn't sound very good.
That's not good.
Breaking. Bank of Canada has no clue what's coming. They don't know if tariffs will cause inflation or crash the economy. They expect Q2 to be ugly, but won't say how bad. They can't do anything to stop it. Tiff McCallum says inflation will only rise momentarily. Uh-oh, heard that one before.
I've heard that before.
Is it transitory? Just like last time when inflation lasted 3 years. Clown. This time is different, they say. Do you believe them? Why is it different this time? Last time was supposed to be transitory, if you remember.
We are now facing a new crisis. Depending on the extent and duration of new U.S. tariffs, the economic impact could be severe.
Am I the only one who feels like we are constantly under the threat of some form of crisis?
Oh, I'm coming. I'm done here. I fulfilled my purpose. I need to see no more shit down here.
Why are we always on the verge of crisis or in the middle of a crisis? There's a lot of crises going on.
Inflation is forecast to increase to about 2.5% in March.
Increase to 2.5% in March. Where's inflation now? I feel like it's like higher than 2.5%. Is inflation lower than 2.5% right now? I feel like inflation is like still 13 to 42% at the moment, depending on the product.
With the end of the tax break, threats to new tariffs and uncertainty about the Canada-U.S. trade relationship are already having a big impact on business and consumer intent. Canadians are more worried about their job security and financial health as a result of trade tensions, and they intend to spend more cautiously. Job security concerns increase particularly among workers in export-oriented industries, including manufacturing, mining, and oil and gas. Businesses have lowered their sales outlooks, notably in manufacturing and in sectors that depend on discretionary spending by households.
What isn't included in that group? How many things are not part of discretionary spending? Honestly, because really, we could all just stock up on craft dinner. We could all just drink water and stock up on craft dinner. The rest is unnecessary.
Time to try 15 different types of Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Credit has become more difficult to access for some businesses, and with a weaker Canadian dollar, the cost of imported machinery and equipment has risen. As a result of all these trade-related factors, many businesses have scaled back their hiring and investment plans. Business intentions to raise prices have increased as they cope with higher costs related to both uncertainty and tariffs. At the same time, inflation expectations have moved up as Canadians brace for the possibility of higher prices.
There's so little demand for everything right now, and it was already kind of slowing down still, or more, before the tariff thing. And so, although it may make things more expensive, if the demand goes down, doesn't that counteract possibly the tariff?
I don't need sleep. I need answers.
I feel like it's not inflationary. I feel like in a good market, it would be inflationary. But people are already hitting the brakes on everything. And so, I mean, they'll just hit the brakes more because of this, I think. I think this is deflationary. Am I crazy?
This recent shift in consumer and business intentions is expected to translate into a marked slowing in domestic demand in the first quarter of this year. At the same time, merchandise trade data suggests businesses on both sides of the border have stocked up on imports in advance of tariffs. As a result, Canadian exports and imports are both expected to be stronger than expected in the first quarter. The impact on exports looks to be bigger, which should provide some offset to weaker domestic demand.
Blah, blah, fucking blah. What is this fucking guy even talking about anymore? You got to keep us interested for the whole 3 minutes, for God's sakes. Or you got to at least say something that we could use. That was a 3.5 minute clip, of which very little was useful, to be quite honest with you.
Say, ooh.